Hey guys. Oh, there it is. I don't know if it was even showing yet. Running behind. Blame it on the tropical storm. Just saying. Oh, gotta figure out which one of these she wants me to use. Okay, save that one. Let's save that one. Okay. Hey, Angela. Hey, Gina. I don't know who else is watching. Well, it says nobody's watching, but that's on StreamYard, so who knows? Gina. Okay, there she is. Hey, Gina.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing great. How about you?
I'm hanging in there.
I hear you. I'm going to have to mute that one. Oh, Lord. I've got another friend that's supposed to be joining us, but she's probably running late. She's done a lot with her weight loss as well. And I wanted her to share some of her stuff that she's done. So she just sent me her pictures. Oh, well, that was cute, Brandy. I just sent myself an email without anything in the email. Hey, Nace, how are you? I don't know why I scream at the computer when I say hi to somebody. Just idiot. Wow.
Yeah, I have a lot more pictures and everything. So I only showed you. I only sent a couple of those that I sent you and everything.
What I did a before and after of the ones that you sent me.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, I don't see it. My husband says it all the time that I look different, but me, I still see the one. Like, wow, I don't believe it. He's like, I'll show you something. But look at this and this and this, and I'm like, oh, I don't believe it. Stop lying.
Yeah, we won't ever see what they see. And of course, we always are our own worst critics.
Yes, I agree that 100%.
And so tonight, guys, what we wanted to talk about. Oh, I did not mean to delete that email. Oh wait, hold on. See, and look, I am not even. I look down, and then there's all kinds of people on here, and I missed them. So I've got Froggy and Listen Peeps has joined us, and I'm so tongue-tied. This ought to be an interesting live, just saying. Hey, guys, how are y'all? Everybody having a good evening? Us down here in the southeast coast, we is getting tropical storm. Angela and me and Chevelle all having to worry about my friend Chevelle that's coming on. She should be here in a little bit. She's running behind. She's always late. It's her thing. But we are all having flashbacks from Harvey and Imelda. So, hey, Bumblebee. Hey, Kristen. I don't even know if I'll have internet because, I mean, we can get massive hurricanes through here and the internet stays, and then we get a normal rain shower and it goes out. So, kind of a crapshoot. We'll just have to see. But it's going to be interesting. They're saying 20 to 30 inches of rain. Flash floods have canceled all the schools.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Christy.
Well, she's hiding on there. She's there, but she's.
So if I can figure out how to turn on the camera and everything.
Oh. My friend Chevelle's like, I look like hell. And I'm like, leave your camera off. It's fine.
If this works.
And so, as part of the whole Manic Monday thing I wanted to come up with, and I may have to change the name because it just reminds me of, hey, girl. It just reminds me of y'all know who. And it's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times and he shows up. So, we don't want none of that over here. And I may need to change Manic Monday. Hey, no barking. Cooper, no, don't start. And but I want to make sure, hey, Rena, I want to make sure that we still focus on mental health. And a lot of mental health issues come up with overweight, with obesity, and trying to conquer that. And next Monday, I'm super excited to have him on, Kirk almost said Kirk Cameron. I don't know why, but Kirk Nurmi will be on, and I'm going to interview him about his cancer battle and his mental health battle through the psycho trial. I don't know if y'all know who Kirk Nurmi is, but he was the attorney for Jodi Arias, who killed Travis Alexander. She's the one that was like doing headstands in the interrogation room and worried about her makeup.
She was weird.
She did this singing contest in prison and T-shirts, and she
Christmas carols too, didn't she?
Do what?
She sang Christmas carols too, didn't she?
Yes, like she's cuckoo. But now he has been disbarred over the book that he wrote about his time with her. And he's like, it was just less stress. He's kind of glad to be out of that. He actually tried to get off of her case many, many times, and the courts denied it. And he ended up with cancer. And he will tell you he feels like that cancer came from his time with her. And he was huge. I mean, I've got to work on his before and afters, because he was huge in the trial, and he looked 400 pounds, big O. And now he's slimming up, and he's doing these different challenges, kind of like a Biggest Loser kind of challenge thing that he's in. And he's overcome so much. And so I asked him, I said, hey, you want to come on and talk about it? Because I think it's important.
Yeah, I suffer from mild depression and severe anxiety. I got hit by a car in 2017, and I was walking, and she said that she didn't see me, but yes. I'm like, I'm a big girl. You know you can see me.
Right.
And she's just like...
Because they're doing this number when they're driving?
She was at a stop sign and everything. So, you know. And she broke both my knees, my femur, my left leg, my tibia, my right leg and everything. I had 5 months to learn how to walk again. I walk with a cane and have a limp and everything. But you know what? What can you do, right? I'm alive. So...
I mean, and that's hard because obesity causes so many things health-wise, physically, and then you add on the depression side and the mood disorders. I was reading it increases mood disorders by 25%, and what was the one that I looked up? It said now it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states. And in those states, it's like the obesity is 35.9 in Arkansas. I'll put Arkansas because that's the first one here. It's 35.9% of people are obese in Arkansas. 31.3% of them have a mental disorder.
Yeah.
A mental health issue. So what, 4% are the only ones that have normal obesity? And what's normal about it? I mean, that's just kind of weird to say, but those are crazy numbers.
It is.
And it's kind of a double-edged sword, because I remember back in 2003, I had been diagnosed in 2001, late 2001 or 2002, and they were trying I have a hard time with medications. Medications don't tend to work. And they work for a bit, and then my body does weird shit, and then they don't work. It's the same way with Tylenol. I can take Tylenol one day and be fine. The next day it makes me sleepy. My body reacts very weirdly. And
I don't take medicine like I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to take vitamins and everything, and I don't do that.
I can't take vitamin D. It makes me extremely sick. I mean, my body just does not process things. And they put me on this medicine, and in 3 weeks, I gained 35 pounds.
Yeah.
So I changed doctors because they wouldn't listen to me. And I'm like, this is not helping. This is making it worse. I was already kind of overweight. And then all of a sudden, boom, I'm really overweight. And I went to a different doctor, and she said, why did they put you on this? And I went, you tell me. I don't know. I'm the patient.
Yeah, there's a lot of medicines out there that supposedly help you, but then they make you gain so much weight and everything.
Right. Well, and the thing is, most antidepressants cause weight issues. Oh, look, there's Chevelle. Hi, Chevelle. This is Gina. Y'all, this is my friend Chevelle.
Hi, how are you?
She doesn't do she does some of it. She's going to be around more. But in that weight gain, the doctor said, so basically they're treating you for depression, and they give you a medication. They didn't pay attention to the fact, Raina. Sorry, the dogs want to play. They're not paying attention to the fact that the number one side effect of it is massive weight gain in women in your age group. And they're like, so let's make the depressed woman more depressed by letting her gain 30 pounds, So then there was that process of losing all of that. Well, then I had injuries like you, Gina. Gina was hit by a car, Chevelle. You're muted. Hold on.
I'm muted.
There it is. Okay. It was working just then. There it is. Sort of. And so, this last year I had two, I'm making sure I'm not missing anybody in chat. Hey, True Teller. I had two massive tears in my meniscus. And he said in this surgery, he had to move my kneecap over too. And he said, it's not a normal heel for you. And he said, but you have to quit doing it high impact and you got to lose weight. And I went, question, how do you lose weight and not do high impact? Basically, I can't get on treadmills. I'm not supposed to do a lot of walking. I got to be really careful. I can't go running. I can't do the normal things that you would do to begin to lose weight because of the knee. And I did that in March, and I'm just now getting to try and get around, except now my muscles around the knee are weak.
Yeah. I have to, they want me to walk a lot and everything. And I'm like, yeah, right. I don't think so.
It hurts.
I have 3, 4, 5 steps to go up to my apartment, and I have to stop each time at the top of the stairs because it hurts my knees and everything. And when I got hit by the car and all, they didn't really fix my the knees correctly and everything. They just said, oh, it's because you were overweight, that's why we didn't fix it correctly and everything. But when you're lose a little bit more weight and everything, we'll hook you up and fix your knees and blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what?
How do you lose the weight?
Yeah. And then you go see the gastric bypass doctor and everything, and they give you those med trials and do this, and you can do a liquid diet. I had to do one for 14 days for before the surgery, and
nothing but liquids.
That's nothing but liquids and everything. And then that was not fun. Let me tell you, it was a lot of willpower.
I'm assuming I couldn't live off coffee doing that.
I sure did. I drank decaf coffee. I sure did. I told them
I want the real stuff. I don't want decaf.
I couldn't have. The doctor's like, when he told me, you have to stay away from coffee. I says, you want me to kill my husband because I cannot live without my coffee? And you trust you?
Like, you can take some things away, but give me something. Damn it, let me have at least one.
Yeah. And I'm Puerto Rican Italian, so I have the big chest, the big butt and everything and all that, and that was killer. And I love my Italian Puerto Rican food and everything. And they're like, well, you can eat moderately, but don't go crazy, And I'm like, that's fine, but in some foods it doesn't taste right no more. My husband made something, and at first it was good, and then the second part was like, oh, gross. And you have to wait 30 minutes before you have to choose between either drink for 30 minutes or eat 30 minutes and everything, and it's horrible.
So it's a whole new learning how to eat, basically.
Yeah.
So, Chevelle, give a little bit of story on you, and I'm going to try to figure out how to do this here in a second on how to share. I know that I've done it, but I can't remember how to do it to share the pictures because I have both of y'all's before and afters, and I've seen Chevelle through most of hers. I've known her. What are we going on? 4 years now?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was right in the beginning of her journey. She had lost probably, 20, 30 pounds at that point. And we're wine girls. We like to hit the wineries and the cheese platters, and so she has learned how to redo all of what she enjoys through what she's done. But you've lost how many pounds, Chevelle?
I am at 75 pounds down.
And a lot of that's muscle, y'all. She's put a lot of muscle back on. But tell everybody what you did and what your journey was.
Well, basically, we moved down here to Southeast Texas about 5 years ago, and I took a part-time job in a retail store, and I was like on my feet all day long, and it got to the point, I'm no spring chicken, and I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, maybe I'm just getting older and I can't do this anymore, but my feet hurt so bad, and I started to develop plantar fasciitis. And if anybody has ever had that before, I mean, you are literally counting every step you take until you can sit down again. And so I knew it was 27 steps from the car to the couch. I counted them because each step was excruciating. But I was introduced to some of the good properties behind ginger and turmeric. And, if you're familiar with turmeric needs to be activated by something. And a lot of people activate it by also taking black pepper with it. You can also do it with ginger. Plus, ginger helps your stomach and it helps with digestion and all of that good stuff. But anyhow, it decreased my inflammation to where at least then it didn't hurt. I mean, I'm literally talking 2 or 3 weeks of taking ginger and turmeric every day. My pain was gone. And it's kind of like, okay, well, there might be something to this. So maybe now I can actually move around and do some things. And so I started with the keto diet. And I am a representative with a company that does products that help complement the ketogenic diet. We do have a meal replacement and we have a cookbook and we have different things like that help. And I know keto seems to be such a huge bandwagon that people are jumping on, and it's a fad diet and it doesn't work. Well, I'm here to say I've been on it for 4 years. And, I'm not 100%. At this point, I have good days and I have bad days, but my weight has not fluctuated any more than like 5 pounds. And I know once I get to that point to where I've gained a little bit of weight, I know what I can do to take it right back, and it works. And I mean, a lot of people think the concept behind the ketogenic diet is, you're stuffing yourself with, lots of red meat and lots of bacon and lots of vegetables that nobody likes to eat, right?
Well, real quick, Chevelle, Bumblebee says keto is getting bad reviews in the UK because I think Bumblebee is from the UK. So what can you share on that?
Well, there's a lot of different ways to do ketogenic diet. And it's like what I was saying with, a lot of people think it's your red meat, it's your bacon, it's a lot of that saturated fat. And that is not necessarily so. What I do is I do an ingredient-based ketogenic diet. If it is not a whole food, I try not to eat it. I like to try to make things simple. I'll eat a protein, I'll eat a vegetable, and some kind of fat, like add some butter to your vegetables, add some butter to, I mean, it doesn't have to be loads and loads of fat, because actually your fat, you still want to keep some sort of a calorie deficit. So, I mean, if you're used to eating 2,200 calories a day, I mean, you do want to cut back on your amount of calories. And it does so much to track it and see where those calories are coming from. You just don't want those calories from carbs. I mean, it's really simple. Fat can have more calories than any of the others. And
basically, the people that are struggling with more heart disease issues is because they're doing too much of the saturated fat.
Yes, well, yeah, and that's what you have to take a look at. Actually, I just had a full physical workup and had all of my cholesterol done. And the great thing is because I've been doing this for 4 years. And I told my doctor how I do keto, that I really do it on, good ingredients. I buy fresh vegetables. I buy fresh meat.
It's almost what they call dirty keto, right?
Yeah, dirty keto is what I think is giving keto a bad rap. I really do. And dirty keto is basically you're just counting your carbs every day. You're counting your carbs, you're counting your fat. You're not really taking a look at eating the right ingredients when it comes to it. So when I went to the doctor, I did come back. I have all around high cholesterol. That's my good cholesterol, my bad cholesterol, everything is high. But because I have been doing keto for 4 years, my doctor didn't say, hey, you need to stop. He says, no, you are doing the right thing because you're doing ingredient-based keto. And so what I want you to take a look at is eat less red meat. I'm like, well, I really don't. I eat more chicken and more fish. And he's like, okay, well, how about nuts? And I'm like, well, okay, well, yeah, I eat almonds. And he's like, no, don't cut back on almonds. Almonds are good for you. They have some of the best nutrients in it. So, and I saw somebody pop up about the turmeric and ginger ratio. I have capsules that I take, and the ginger is actually harvested in Fiji, and it's not a blend. It is just straight turmeric and ginger. There are no additives. There's nothing else to it. And that is something to really look at, is your ingredients. And I take 1 capsule of turmeric and 1 capsule of ginger, and that's it. I think they're 500 milligrams, I believe. I can double check.
Yeah, I think it's 500 milligrams. I know I took it and it really helped with inflammation. Just
wow, that sounds good. I might want to check into that right there.
Yeah,
it's something that she is actually, the doctors, her husband ended up with COVID, and the doctors told him that just from using the turmeric and the ginger helped the inflammation in his body fight. That he was really bad off, but he would have been worse off without it, is what they said. Oh. And Brian got cut down on all of his cholesterol medicines, didn't he? What was the medicines he ended up getting off of?
He was actually a diabetic, and he was on the verge of being an insulin dependent diabetic, but he doesn't do needles. So he wanted to fight that as much as possible. So instead he did go on metformin, and he was on glipizide. And as he started doing the ketogenic diet, his doctor was not on board. And the doctor's like, that's bad. You're going to kill yourself by doing that. And he ended up, this doctor would not take him off of his diabetic medications. And he passed out a couple of times because the doctor's like, no, there's no way it's working for you. This has got to be a fluke. Your A1C can't be that good. But it was. And so he completely reversed his diabetes, and his A1C is within normal ranges now.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And you don't hear about that very often. I mean, usually it's a struggle, and diabetes can, take a toll on you in so many different ways. It's connected to everything.
So, Gina, when did you have your surgery?
Well, I had the gastric sleeve in January 22nd of 2018. Then I did the revision to the bypass January 12th of 2021. So because I had gained 30 pounds because of the start of COVID and everything. And then I'm little by little losing the weight again and everything. I'm supposed to be on the 1,200 calories, and I don't even eat that and everything because I forget to eat and all, and I forget to drink sometimes, but I don't eat that much or drink. It's horrible.
I'm gonna try to share the screen. Keep talking because I have to figure this out.
Yeah. But it's just really, you have to have willpower. You have to have good people behind you and everything, and just a support system and all. And
where is Gina's before and after?
Woohoo! You look great.
Thank you. That was a shocker right there. I love that wedding dress too. Don't fit me no more. I had to sell it.
You should. Oh, you sold it? I was gonna say you should put it on and take a picture of it, pull that away from you to see the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see where the other picture went. Or maybe I should make it leave the screen. Let's see. Y'all bear with me. Remove from stream. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to do this. Okay, so now I need to pull up.
And I'll go ahead while you're doing that. I'll talk a little bit too, because one of the things, the program that I did had a huge support system with us, and we would actually form teams and compete for, we got different points for doing different things each week. And it was such a well-rounded approach because there are a lot of things that you don't think of that can affect your weight. And that being sleep. It was part of our challenge that we had to get 7 hours of sleep a day, at least 6 days out of the week. And we had to drink at least 64 ounces of water every day. That's straight water. Now we could drink other things, but that didn't count towards our water intake. Just straight water is the best. And actually, rule of thumb that I was always told is that if you are drinking enough water, you should be going to the bathroom about every 2 to 3 hours. And I know that's difficult for some people to do with their jobs or whatever, but that means you're well hydrated, and you just need to listen to your body when it comes to that. And a huge, huge thing is stress. And, there is no magic button that you can just push to get rid of stress, let me tell you. And I didn't realize some of the stress that I had been under. And, unfortunately, I am kind of going through a transition right now. My husband and I are separated. And when I left, I lost 20 pounds in one month. Now, that was pounds that I had gained back. And so, I lost everything that I had gained, which was probably about 10 pounds. And then I continued to lose another 10 pounds when I got rid of my stress. So that is huge, huge, huge.
This picture here, is it up there? Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the difference in the years on this one, Chevelle?
The one on the left, that was when I first got my job in 2016. And then the one on the right is actually just this last March.
Yeah, that was just a few months ago.
Yeah, so that's a 5-year difference there. And I will say, at first, the first 20, 25 pounds came off fairly quickly. And I went for a long time without losing a substantial amount of weight. But that's okay. I had adopted a new lifestyle. And I felt better. And, no matter how much weight I lost, it was just being able to feel better, to not have the pain when I moved around. And then currently the biggest amount of exercises that I do are isometric exercises. So there's no impact. It's stretching. It's working on flexibility.
And this one.
Long ways with building up that lean muscle mass. I mean, I don't have muscles. I don't have a 6-pack. I don't have biceps, but I'm flexible and I have more lean muscle mass instead of the bulk.
I think it's important to make sure you do before and after pictures too, because like Gina was saying earlier, she doesn't see the difference. But when you look at those pictures, then you're like, damn, I'm doing this. So I think that's important to make sure you take those.
Definitely.
Somebody give a compliment.
Hey, Melissa.
To them. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, my husband tells me all the time when he takes the pictures and everything, not the nude pictures and all, and he shows me different side by side and everything of how I look. And I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe that looks like that. I can't believe that looks like that. No way, and everything. But when I put on some clothes on and everything, and I look at certain things, and I'm like, you know what? No, I can't believe this. This is me right now, and everything. And yes,
So
I do feel the difference. I do.
Did you see Listen Peep? She wants to know if you feel the difference.
Yes, I do. I feel different sometimes. The way certain clothes are when you're walking down the street and it falls off on you. It's so funny. It's funny because, I live in a Black neighborhood and everything, and you know how some of the Black guys are like the big girls and all, and they're like ooh hoo and everything, and you walking down the road and your pants just fall off and like, oh no.
They're gonna like you for a whole nother reason.
Yeah, and a couple of times I be asked, hey Gina, I have some neighbors and everything, like, are you gonna leave your husband for me? Like, never gonna leave your husband. Sorry, ain't happening.
Oh, some guys are tools, I swear.
They are, I'm telling you.
Chevelle's got a few stalkers.
Exactly. When I sent a picture to I think I sent that one picture to Mandy when I was actually talking to her and everything, and she at first she said it was, great picture, great job, whatever, and all, and telling her about my struggle with weight loss and everything. And then when she got a thing of her yin yang and all, I was she's saying, oh, your husband should leave you, you're ugly, all that weight you lost is nothing, yada yada yada. And I'm like, really? That's fucked up.
Thank God Chevelle doesn't know who we're talking about, other than a few stories I've told her. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry that she did that to you, because that's really childish and ugly. And I mean, I have my opinion on her. I swear to God, if we say her name too many times, she'll pop up. And if she pops up, block her. My mods, block her.
Hope not. I hope not.
She ain't welcome here.
But I was like,
ugly, and I don't want to be ugly. But I think your weight loss and your transformation is amazing, and I applaud you for that, because it's not easy. It's not easy. And I mean, on top of being, when you're overweight, you already have the mental problems hitting you, and then you're trying to struggle to lose the weight, and then you're fighting those same demons, and you have to work at get good habits, and we have to give ourselves pep talks.
Absolutely.
I mean, fake it till you make it. When I'm in there, and like they would laugh at me after my knee surgery, because I would be trying to walk just in the bedroom to come in here from the bathroom, and it would be hurting, and I would try to limp, and so I would stop myself and say, "Okay, quit being a bitch. You can do this." And I would make myself walk. My husband would just die laughing. I've done that in the store. I get to limp in out of habit because I'm used to it hurting, and I will stop myself in the store and say, "Stop being a bitch." Because I'm like, it hurts, and I'm used to it hurting, but I have to train my brain to do it. And
I try to go for walks and everything. I'm like, go to the grocery stores and everything. And my husband like, well, why don't you take the car, an Uber and everything? I'm like, no, let me just walk. I haven't walked in a while. Let me, get a little bit of exercise. And he's so paranoid because I did get hit by a car and everything, and he doesn't want me to get hit by a car again.
I can't blame me.
So, and it took me 5.5 months to learn how to walk again. And I was like, I thought I wasn't gonna walk again. To tell you the truth, I'm like, okay, whatever. God hit me where it hurts and everything. And the crazy thing about it was, 2 weeks before I got hit by that car, I was thinking about committing suicide because I was having so much stress and stuff like that and everything. And when I got hit by the car, I was like, God, please don't let me die right now. I have my kids, I have my fiance at the time and everything. I was like, it was crazy. And then it was like, oh my gosh. And don't get me wrong, I think about it sometimes, but I don't go like, full force and everything, but it's hard to get that demon away from you and everything. And
well, as moms, we have the weight of the world anyways. We're nurturers, and we take care of our home, and we take care of our children, and we take care of the husband, and we're those that work outside of the home, and we take care of the home on top of working outside the home, and it's never ending, and we forget about ourselves. We forget to take that little bit of time for ourselves. If it's shutting yourself in the bathroom with a bubble bath and a glass of wine or a coffee or whatever you want, and cranking up the radio. Mine is a book. I will put an audio book on and sit in a bubble bath with a glass of wine, and God forbid anybody come in there. And my husband likes to
lost a lot of
open the door with the dogs in. So
I used to love reading books and everything, and a whole bunch of stuff. I stopped a lot of stuff and everything because my depression was so bad and everything. And then you come to the YouTube world and everything, and you try to,
these YouTube streets are dangerous. I'm telling you, I didn't believe people when they told me that. I was like, it's YouTube. What?
Right? I was like, oh my gosh, man.
I have never seen so much in my. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm in high school all over again. It is. People are mean and they're vicious and they're attacking everything under the sun, and it's like, stop and think about people.
Yeah, and in high school, I was in the ROTC and everything, and then I had my first daughter and all, and then I had being a high school student, so I had to take care of my daughter and all, and and her dream was kind of like my dream, but she's in the Navy, not in the Army. I wanted to be in the Army, so she's following my dream a little bit, and she's in active duty, well, active reserves and everything, and she makes me a little nervous, and my baby's in college, my other daughters and working, and my son's like in another state. I'm like, oh my God, why are you guys killing me here?
So empty nest syndrome.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
Chevelle and I have that, except I think we kind of enjoy it.
Yes, I mean, sometimes, I mean, I have real emptiness now. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yours
just,
are in different states now. It's like way
Yeah.
off.
yes, definitely, and that it's a little different. And I do, especially now that I'm single, and you know, I miss just some kind of companionship sometimes. And but you know, on the other hand, I've also learned to love myself again. And that is something that if you don't take care of yourself, it will catch up. And, you know, unfortunately, I have experienced a very harsh reality with that here recently because I didn't take care of myself and I didn't do simple things like just go to the doctor. And as healthy as what I think I am, you know, um, and I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
the dogs are playing tug of war over a ball. A bowl, not a ball. They have a bowl. I have a dachshund and a German shepherd both hanging onto the bowl and growling at each other.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I see it with these guys.
moment. Place.
Sorry. I know everybody was going to be going, what is she doing? Rena, have you talked to Trenda today? Is she okay? Let her know we're all thinking about her.
Yeah, it's really
talking about mental health, and that's Trenda lost her daddy the other day.
Yeah.
So,
So
I
sorry.
lost my dad too a long time ago, and I still think about him sometimes and everything, and you know, it's hard. I pray for her every day and everything. Pray that Trinda's okay, you know, that, you know.
Grief is hard. Grief is, and there's no time limit on it. And that's the thing people need to stop and realize. She is hanging in there. She's a trooper. Good deal. Tell her we're thinking about her, Rena. I'm not going to message her and pester her too much because I know she's going through a lot. But we can't dictate to people how they grieve and how long they grieve. And, I mean, even dictating to people how they should treat their depression or they shouldn't, you know, we've heard many times that we're responsible for our own mental health. Yeah, we are. But everybody should also be responsible how they treat other people. Mm-hmm. And don't treat people like shit. And stop and think before you're talking trash about people that they could be having a bad day. You never know what is too far. And it just, you know, I want everybody that's struggling with weight and mental health to understand there are people out here. We're all in the same boat, and there's some of us that can help you, can listen to you. I'm going to tell you what, when I forget and I have to order it, or I have to either go buy the cheap crap at the GNC, but that ginger and turmeric, I'm going to tell you what, it does wonders for everything. It's a magic drug is what I say.
I wish that, I mean, there's actually a lot of studies if you go to pubmed.gov and look at the studies that have been done, and they're starting to find out more and more about it. It's a wonderful anti-inflammatory. I mean, the only caution that I would give is if you're on blood thinner is also to talk to your doctor. Yes. What are they doing now?
Melissa saying elbow cough, because they knew who I'm talking about. We have somebody on YouTube that has been relentless about attacking people, whether it's their makeup, their hair, their weight. And this is coming from somebody extremely overweight. God, what am I missing? There's other things out there that they've been attacking. I don't know. They made light of a woman's son's death. It has been ugly. And when I say they're making fun, they're not just talking like we are. They're showing pictures and they're showing the videos. And the person we're talking about that attacked Gina is vile. She is extremely vile and psychotic and just ugly to people, and should not be allowed on YouTube. Once they let her off of her parole and probation and everything else, first thing she did was start attacking people on the internet. And she's dangerous. And when she gets somebody in her sights, it's ugly. And they don't understand what they're doing to people. There's several in the chat that have just been rung through the ringer for nothing. I mean, some on weight, some on looks, some on private conversations that they've had with other people. It is just cruel and abusive, what Nicole said. Cruel and abusive on YouTube. And it's hurting people. And I don't like it. I'm over it. And so that's kind of why I wanted to start doing this on Mondays for just different discussions. But weight in general. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Armini. Hold on if I can get to it. And I mean, suicide among right now, since the pandemic, has skyrocketed. I forgot the numbers. It's jumped up, I think, another 20% on top of what was already just from the pandemic. And I mean, people can't get back to normal lives. And then so everybody's on YouTube and other social medias. And then you've got the bullying that happens there. And you would think as adults, we wouldn't be bullying. I used to think that was something that happened with kids in school.
In high school.
I never thought about it being an adult problem.
Well, they learn it from somewhere.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
They do. And I mean, I always tried to remember that when mine were in school. And of course, mine took up for the ones that were bullied. I mean, my son was in the office in first grade beating up a third grader because he picked on his little friend. And, you know, and so I taught my kids that you take up for them. We'll deal with it later, but you take up for them.
Dude, I was called Shamu in high school and middle school.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And I always told them, well, I do like Shamu, so I guess it's all right, though.
That's right. Own it. Own it. That's the way to get back at them. Just own that, you know?
Mm-hmm. People don't, when someone goes, horrible at you and you reverse it on them, they're well, what the? I thought, what? They don't like it. They don't like it at all. Mm-hmm. That's what you got to do.
I'm thinking I missed part of a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa, you like shampoo too. What am I missing?
Shamu.
Shamu?
Mm-hmm.
Shampoo? Oh, shampoo. I saw shampoo. I'm drinking water, guys. I promise. There's nothing in this but water.
Sure. Since when?
I started to, but I still got some stuff to do in case we flood. So
I know that's what I'm still in my work clothes. We had to go batten down the hatches at both museums today. So I'm in my work clothes and pigtails and no makeup. So people can make fun of me all they want. I don't care because this is me on my off days. I know I don't always look like this. Whatever.
You're new. They won't mess with you.
Hey.
They
wear makeup.
Do what, Gina?
I hardly wear makeup. Once in a blue moon, I wear makeup.
Oh, and I'm way too
I have my hair up. Once in a blue moon, I have my hair down. So.
No, I mean, my hair is up. I mean, for one, it needs to be washed. Two, I can't handle it touching my neck anymore, and there's too much of it, so it's up. But then it's been hot except today. Like it's cold today or cool. We got a cold front. I think it's got a high of 82. I mean, it's cold front. Kind of liking that part. But yeah, you'll very seldom ever see me without makeup. It's just my thing. Trying to see what's going on in chat. Oh. Nicole, Gina is such a sweet soul. She's always got something so sweet to say.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I think Melissa, love the cool but not the rain, Angela says. Yeah, Angela, we got a whole Angela is on. She's about an hour and a half away from us to the west, Chevelle. I'm not going to give her a location. So she's getting hit pretty hard too.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
So yeah, we're she messaged me today and I was replying back to her and she's like, "Is that a cat?" Jagger, my cat Jagger was on my lap and he makes a chirping noise. Chevelle's heard it. It's the funniest thing. Like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Little chirping noise. So they're all hating not being outside because they want to go out and play and it's yucky and trying to rain and the skeeters are bad and Aunt Lala and Melissa Jade, I hate your trivia. They didn't like mine the other night either. They said it was hard.
Yeah, I just watch it. I don't play.
I evidently I picked some hard questions, so I'm like, oh, maybe I need to make them easier.
Trivia, challenge me.
It was, I mean, I went digging because I had played on Melissa's and I'm like, well, dang, she was stumping me on some of them. Well, I had most of them, but I was on my computer and not my phone. And I discovered if you're on your phone, your answers go faster. So I know now what I'm going to play to be on my phone. And so I went through and made sure I didn't have the same questions she had. And I evidently picked some hard ones. It's like, dang it, it's hard. But it was fun. We had a blast. Oh, Nicole. We were happy MJ was live so she couldn't win. They were very worried that she was coming over here to play.
Ooh, Melissa's doing a 90s theme tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I love the 90s. I'm a 90s.
Oh, fun.
Oh, live tomorrow? Is that what you said? Melissa, are you still doing 9/11 tonight? Melissa likes to do a lot of the conspiracy kind of things. And so she is going to be talking, I think. Hope I'm not quoting that wrong, Melissa.
Yeah, my dad was like 3 blocks away from there. My aunt was working at the bank in the first tower, and she had called that day off and everything. My sister was going to go with a friend of hers, but her friend's daughter was sick, so they canceled that day. And my uncle was there. He didn't make it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry.
All right.
So sorry.
I mean, there was definitely a day one of those things where everybody knows where you were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember the way I felt. I remember because a friend called me and I come to the living room to turn the TV on to watch the news and literally just sank down Indian style. And I was that way for hours. And I remember every feel and emotion in that. And I mean, I still get the exact same gut punch feeling every day, every time. It is, it's one of those things you'll never forget. And of course, my husband was in the reserves. And so the chance of him getting called back in was way up there. So yeah, it was, and actually he did get called to go and fight the war when we were in Washington State right the year after that. So
yeah.
Woodstock era. Oh, that'll be fun. I'll have to study for that one. Or have Google ready on one. The other phone I'd have Google ready.
Oh, you know.
But
nobody
like heat. I don't care. Google. Make it your friend.
Ooh, American history. Anytime you say history, I'm all on that.
She works in a museum, so she's always sharing like the old dresses and cool memorabilia stuff that they have.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
Nothing wrong with being that.
Can I have that? Come here.
I own it. Now, sometimes I'm a naughty nerd, but I'm a nerd.
And so, Gina, you said you have how much more to go on your weight loss?
I need to lose, to do skin removal, I will have to go to about 20, 25 pounds. and then I need to lose another 100 pounds.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, it's like taking
You
forever.
got this. You can do it.
Taking forever. I might do a reset and start doing a liquid diet all over again. Just to start all over again.
Yeah,
But
sometimes
yeah,
your body gets used to what you're doing and you have to trick it.
yeah.
I think it's
So
like, I know the
my
way
husband's
Chanel
gonna
does.
be happy about it, but I will be happy about it because you have to buy all this stuff again. Make him go out there store. You gotta get this and this and this and again. He's like, why? Yeah. He's gonna be mad. It's okay though.
Why is the
Just
screen
gotta
being
pretend
gross?
that I'm doing the surgery all over again so I can, get it over with. Like the last 25 pounds is being a pain in the rump. So I can't get the skin removal.
I've got a couple of friends local that had the surgery right around the same time, and their transformations have been amazing. I just love to watch it. It has been so cool. They have suggested it for me, even though I'm kind of like right at the numbers of when you're when they are okay with it, for health reasons. They may really push for it now because of the knee problem and my lower back. That's absolutely killing me.
Well, if you have acid reflux, go for the bypass. The bypass will eliminate the the acid reflux. But if you don't have acid reflux, go for the sleeve. Don't go for the lap band. They took it out and everything because there's a lot of problems with the lap band and everything. Because you're supposed to go back, of course, to the hospital to get it, readjusted or whatever. But they completely stopped that now. Uh, and just have like a support system and everything, and like write yourself a little note and everything. Like, I don't know if you guys know Dr. Now. He was a award-winning surgeon who's in Texas and everything, and he used to have a TLC program. And he used to like make these little props and saying, you're not supposed to have that. Why are you in this refrigerator? Look away, just make yourself little crazy notes and everything so you can, and then, try to like have, nice things about yourself and everything. And if there's like a candy bar that have like a candy drawer and everything, and when you open it and have that note saying, you're not supposed to have this. Look away. Close the drawer.
What my doctor had me do one time, because I have a huge sweet tooth, and it is probably my vice. I can go days without alcohol, but very seldom days without chocolate. I mean, I have a huge sweet tooth. And my doctor said, and she had told me, she's like, when she was asking all these questions, I'm like, why are you asking me this? She's like, basically, you're addicted to chocolate like most people are to smoking or heroin or marijuana. And so she told me, she had me get Hershey Kisses, and I was allowed to have 6 a day. And so I'm telling my son this, and he was in high school. I think he was junior in high school. He stole my bag of freaking Kisses. And I'm like, what did you do with my bag of chocolate Kisses? He went and got little Ziploc bags and put 6 in there and hid them. And every morning he would come out of his room and hand me my little Ziploc bag with my 6 chocolate Kisses in there and say, that's all you get today. And I couldn't find them. Where the little shit had the chocolate Kisses hid, he still to this day will not tell me. But he was the perfect trainer. He kept me on check. And if we were at football games and he would see I had something at a football game or a baseball game, he was like, you're not supposed to have that. You already had your Kisses. You couldn't have that either. And he was on baseball games, he wouldn't even give them to me. He's like, no, because you're going to have a Hershey bar when you're at the game. He would not. It was hilarious. He used to piss me off, but he meant well.
Yeah.
He would hide them freaking chocolate Kisses and make me so mad.
Well, and I think that's so much of it is budgeting. I mean, I don't do well with complete deprivation. If you tell me I can't have something, I'm going to go do it anyway, girl.
Oh yeah, don't tell me I can't do it, because then it's happening.
Absolutely. But it's the budgeting. I mean, it's like, so many of the people that I'm in the support group with and on teams with, we talk about, oh, I had a cheat day. It was like, don't look at it as a cheat day. Look at it as you treated yourself and then you're going back to normal. I mean, because cheat implies that you're doing something wrong.
Right.
And, you know, if I want to go to Dairy Queen and I want to have a chocolate sundae, that's okay because I didn't get 75 pounds heavier by having one chocolate sundae. I got that way by having it every single night. So, you know, just treat it like that and then it becomes a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Hey, the bitch. I'm not being mean. That's actually my friend. Her nickname is the bitch. But I like what Nicole says. I saw a meme last night that said to name a houseplant with your name, and when you speak kindly to it, you're reinforcing things to yourself. That's a really good idea. Except that
I have a couple of plants growing right now. I'm growing some.
Horrible. I kill everything, guys. How do I even keep the plant alive? I'm horrible. I can keep ivies alive and roses most of the time. Horrible. But I do think that we do need to make sure we say positive things to ourselves. Even if I used to write them on sticky notes and put them everywhere, especially when I was in a slump. I would write positive things and just everywhere. They would be all over the bathroom. They would be on the medicine cabinet. They would be on the regular mirrors. They would be on my dressing mirror. They would be on the refrigerator, on my computer, everywhere, so that I could read
my
those.
cucumber right here. I don't know if y'all can see.
Oh, what is it?
Cucumbers.
Ooh.
Cucumbers.
Love some cucumbers.
That's one of my favorite, diet foods is I'll take cucumbers and tahini and put them in a bowl, sprinkle it over it, and then let it sit for a little bit. And I come back and eat those cucumbers. Oh my gosh. So good.
I love cucumber and tomato salad where you do it with the what do you put? I'm trying to think. Is it Italian dressing? A little bit of Italian dressing on it or something?
Oh yeah, definitely. I made homemade Italian
them in
dressing.
a bowl with salt and pepper, and I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
Well, see, and I mean, and that's the kind of thing for me. When I do keto, I mean, that Italian dressing, that's got your oil and your vinegar in it too. And so that's really good. And then you've got your vegetables in your cucumber. So, I mean, you're still getting your fats, but it's a good fat in that, in the Italian dressing.
Well, Rena, the problem with succulent plants is then my cats kill it. I tried that. The cat killed it. I look up. This one little cute kitten I've got, she's a bitch. She will be carrying a freaking succulent plant around the house. I can't have nothing. Nicole, you're right. We're extremely hard on ourselves. Extremely hard on ourselves, and we shouldn't be. We're horrible about making a mistake, and then we make that mistake last years. And, okay, so I fucked up today. Put my big girl panties on and pick up and do something else different tomorrow, and just don't repeat those things. But it's hard not to do that because then we're like, well, I just did this and I ate 7 cookies instead of 4, and then we're beating ourselves up over it for weeks. And then we think we failed, and then we really kill our diet. We sabotage ourselves.
Well, one thing that I think is really cute, and being originally a Midwesterner, I'm not from the South, but I live here now. But I think it's interesting that, I've surrounded myself with people now where I come in and it's like, I think that's a thing here in the South that when you meet somebody, you have to compliment them. And it's like, I felt so weird whenever people started doing that down here first. But now I listen to them and I'm like, okay, what are they complimenting me on? And you know what? They're not just blowing smoke up my butt. They're right.
Things are very funny. We are that way. We tend to find little things and just, when we were up north, we would have people say, are y'all always like this?
Yeah.
It. I was doing something nice. They didn't understand me making cookies and taking it to the ranch where we had our horses was me just being nice to the guys because they took care of my horses. And they were like, what does she want? They thought I wanted something.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
did
we're
not
friends.
know how to take that. Yes, Melissa, absolutely would be willing. Angela messaged me about that today. Um, I got stuffs. I got stuffs. I got. It's gonna piss several people off, not just the one y'all thinking of. But yeah, absolutely. Anytime, Melissa.
Yeah, I got chamomile also in the lavender and there's basil and yeah. I was trying to think of,
Lavender. I love lavender. I have found even lavender oil when you're fighting depression. Take lavender oil and just a little under your nose, and I even put a couple drops in my bath water. I lavender is like it's like ginger. It's a miracle drug. It does wonders. My husband asks me all the time, "Why do you buy everything lavender scented?" I'm like, because it helps. Just go with it.
I do the same thing.
And you know, one that I didn't never heard a lot about it, but because I had access to ylang ylang essential oil, I started wearing that in a little
The little charcoal ball.
yeah on my neck and everything, and oh my gosh, that was a very good evener for the day, and it also helped with female issues. My hot flashes were reduced immensely just by the ylang ylang, and it is actually really pleasant smelling. It's almost like perfume.
I do like Ling Ling. I do like it. I'm gonna tell you what. Even with having an anxiety attack, because I get severe anxiety attacks that feels like a heart attack. I've gone to the hospital twice for them, thinking it's a heart attack, and it's straight up anxiety. My daughter called the other day, and she was like, "Mom, I just had this thing. I think it was a panic attack." She was on the floor crying. She couldn't move. I'm like, "Are you okay? It's an anxiety attack." Had to kind of talk her to the after effects, and she was extremely sick the next day from it. And I'm like, "That's your mama. I get it." Lavender. When I discovered, I will open up my lavender oil and just breathe a little bit of it, and make myself breathe deep, and relaxing techniques. Sunshine helps. I have found, because I can't take medications, I have found a lot of things to help me that are self-medicated, self-help kind of things, because I can't do the medications anymore, and I don't want to be completely medicated forever. I want to teach myself how to flow and behave and react, and when I have a bad reaction, whoops, I had a bad reaction, and fix it. Just go on and not do it again, and those kind of things. And we can't beat ourselves up over it, and I can't. And it's the same with the weight loss.
Absolutely, yeah.
It is. I mean, I have real bad anxiety attacks because when I see a Nissan car and everything, an
Oh,
Altima.
I imagine you have severe PTSD from being run over by a damn car.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got that real bad and everything. It's really bad, and I also have that because of my ex he hit me when I was pregnant with our son and everything, and he hit my stomach and everything, and I didn't go down. I went down fighting because I kicked his butt too. But
Oh.
yeah, I have real bad anxiety and everything, and then the moderate depression and all, and it's just horrible and everything, and it's
Are
just you
you
gotta
finding that the more weight you lose, those things are getting easier to deal with?
so I should say. I hardly I don't talk to no one a lot. I'm indoors. The only time I go out to the store is when I have to go buy groceries, and that's like once a month and every other
So
weekend and
you've
everything.
almost become agoraphobic from it.
Yeah, I don't I don't like no one basically. I don't talk to no one. My oldest daughter's aunt's been in our family. My daughter is 23 years old, and I talk to her once in a blue moon and everything. I've known her for over 25 years, and I don't. Used to call her every day, like talk crap, and I don't even call her and everything, and I don't. I mean, my husband's home. I don't even talk to him sometimes. And he's like, gets angry at me sometimes, and he's like, "Why don't you talk to me? Because I don't have nothing to say, you know." And then
We don't know how sometimes. We don't know how to verbalize it.
Mhm.
yeah, and it's hard because and my doctor's like, "Well, you need to talk to a counselor and all," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll talk to the counselor," but I don't look for the counselor, I haven't gone out there to look for one yet and everything, and it's just like kind of like just aggravating sometimes. And then every time I go for a walk and everything, I look side by side, make sure like the car's not near me because I'm afraid that the car's gonna hit me, or if the car slows down, I'm like, oh god, they're gonna hit me. And I don't like going outside and everything, and I don't like
I
talking to
think you do
people.
need to find either a support group or a good doctor for PTSD, because that's just full on PTSD.
Hmm.
And you don't want your agoraphobic to hit you to the point where you put all that weight back on.
Yeah.
Because I deal with agoraphobia, and it was something I learned quickly, and I have to fight and make myself get out. I am as much of a social person as I am. I hate going anywhere.
I used to go
Hate it.
socialize and everything. I used to go. There's have a little church here that they do breakfast and dinner. You go there, sit down, and talk to the nuns and everything. Because of the Catholic Church and all. But I I don't do that no more and everything. And it's just I kind of like miss it, but I just don't want to walk out there and then you meet certain people and all. You think they're like real kind and all, and they're like a shocker when they're not and everything. And it's just like, wow. Okay,
Well,
I'll be in my
I
little.
would agree with your husband. At least get an Uber to get yourself out at least once a day. I mean,
Yeah.
once a week, and go to the mall and walk the mall.
There's
And
a lot of people there though. Ew. Like,
people, ew.
ew.
Put a mask on and carry Lysol and just spray them.
I don't like people. Yuck.
Well, so much of it too is finding your tribe, finding the people that you fit in with. And even with that, I find people that I fit in with, but I like have a social meter. And when it fills up, it's like, I gotta go home. I gotta be by myself. My
Yeah.
my social meter is done.
When I've had too much, I shut down for days, and it's just like I don't even want to move. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't just leave me alone.
Usually, every before I used to go on channel and everything, and socialize with everyone there. But then when stuff hit the fan and everything, I stay in my little corner and play my phone on the game and all, and once you jump on the YouTube channels and say hi to people and then everything. Or if a family member calls me and is like, "Hey, why haven't you called me?" You're like, "Was I supposed to talk to you today? Oops, what did I have?" My mom is she called me this afternoon. She's like, well, she travels and everything to different states. She's like, well, she asked me if I'm okay. And I'm like, are you okay? I'm sorry. Did I forget? My dog. Like, you forget to call me and everything. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And I talk to my aunt like every other day and everything. She's like, you didn't call me. And I'm sorry. Are you mad at me? No.
Well, and people laugh. I am no longer a phone person. I used to be somebody that loved to be on the telephone. I hate it. Hate being on the phone. Text me. I hate being on the phone. And I've got certain people that insist on having to call me. It's just like, stop it. I'm going to throw something at you because I hate being on the phone. It causes anxiety. And I don't know why now it does that. I guess because I have my own little bubble. I learned years ago, I'm an empath. And so I would go places and then be overwhelmed with emotions. And good God, don't let me go to a funeral. If I go to a funeral, I'm depressed, like crying uncontrollably for a week. And it took me a long time for somebody to explain what that was. And so I've had to learn how to guard myself and not bring that on. And I do that with social things. I mean, Chevelle and I do a lot of social things together. And it's like, I can sit in my car for a good 5 minutes with an anxiety attack and pep talk to even go inside, because I know what everything coming at me is going to do. And it's frustrating and it's scary. But yeah, I don't very seldom do funerals. it has to be somebody extremely important to me because I know how bad it's going to be after the fact. We had a funeral a month and a half ago, and my husband's out of town. I couldn't go. I told him, I said, babe, I can't go. And this was a family, like an extended, like a non-blood family member, somebody we looked at as family, and I could not go. I messaged all the family, said, I love you guys, but I'm not going to make it. I can't do it. I just can't.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter's father just had a baby and everything. I don't know. It's just like I feel he's on oxygen and everything. I feel so bad for his sick little boy. I don't care about the father. My ex, but he's little baby. I gotta say, he's a cutie pie.
Those babies are something else. Everybody's having babies right now. You can tell what happened during COVID. I've got so many friends popping up babies. I'm like, man, I know what they was doing.
Yeah, so me and my husband were still trying to do the IVF and everything, and we are trying to get that situated.
Oh, well, I hope y'all have one. We will be praying for that.
I got 4 months already, so I'm good.
All of mine are done. No more.
Yeah.
What, Jesse? You need to say hi? Come here. Come on. I don't. He gave me the tennis ball. That's what's left of his tennis ball. I don't want it. They're like, okay, Mom, you've been on the computer an hour. Come play. They give me about an hour on here, and then they're like driving me crazy. Yeah, he actually tried to bite Katie earlier. He barked really aggressively at my daughter, and he hasn't been like that, but he's on full protect mom mode. No, Nicole, Chevelle does not have a channel. We've talked about doing some weight loss stuff on here. But she's got like 900 little side gigs she does to make ends meet.
I found my one side gig though that's going really well for me. So
she stays super busy. But because she has had such amazing success with weight loss and what she's been doing, I think that either we'll do it here or she needs to do her own channel. But because she's done really, really, really good. Nicole wants to see my pug. Come here, Ozzy.
Oh,
ah! Well, we just dropped the table. Oh, whoa!
I think I hear my mouse.
That's Ozzy. You gonna look at the camera? Are you camera shy? Oh gosh, that is Ozzy. I don't want kisses. Oh,
That is like the calmest I've ever seen him. He's never that calm. What the
he
heck?
is snorting in my face.
Now I see that. Yeah, he's.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Ozzy is a little psycho demon. He loves Chevelle. I have to put him up. He loves her.
And I seem to wear black when I come over.
He forgets and wears black, and then she's covered in dog hair. My house is not conducive to people that don't like dog hair.
I mean, it's okay. It's all good for me, but it brushes off. That's
Yeah,
what
it brushes off. Thank you, Nicole. He has an eye injury from, now they're going to play. His mama, evidently, he was the guy that had him, I think there were 5 of them, in the back of a trunk and a clothes basket. It was 118 degrees in Odessa, and it's illegal in that city to sell puppies in the parking lots without a permit. And I went up and asked the guy how much he wanted for him. He wanted $400. And I went, not happening. So I went in the store and I come back out and I said, there was a lady filming him with her camera. Hey. Cooper, you're like 8 pounds and he's 80. Can you stop it? Excitement. Somebody got mad. And I told him, I said, she is filming you and has probably already called the police. And that one puppy is injured. And when they get here, they're literally going to take everything you have. So can I have him? And so he handed him to me, got in his car and drove off. And so I ended up with a pug. And I didn't want a pug. I've never wanted a pug in my life, ever. And we have Ozzy. And I've tried to give him away. The bitch, she was in here a while ago. I don't know if she's still here. Her wife is like claimed Ozzy from day one. I had a lady that was going to come look at him. And my husband's like, can you make sure they're going to take care of him? Because he's so sweet. He was here for a week and the dog didn't leave his lap. He would have taken him if he wasn't so attached to the wiener dog. But freaking Dachshund and him are like two peas in a pod. Terror twins is what I call them. Nothing is safe. They tear everything up. Everything. And that was the Dachshund puppy fighting with the German Shepherd just then. So, well, he might need his eye taken out, Nicole. It's really, you can still see the scarring in there. I mean, he doesn't see good at it, but it doesn't bother him. So I just kind of leave him alone. Oh, Angela, he gives kisses. He is all in the face. Everything he does, of course, there's no nose. So it's all like this and snorts and nuzzles. And he gets on the couch and he'll go down. He'll get his nose on my leg and just go all the way down with his nose. And I don't know what he's doing. He's crazy. This is what I talk to all day is the dogs. Get a dog. It'll help. Loves his mama. He does. He really loves his daddy. He belongs to my husband. And I say that, but I'm the one that feeds them and they think I rule the world. But he loves his daddy. And they're bad. Oh my God. So I think Melissa has a live scheduled on her channel. And so I don't want to keep everybody. And we're definitely going to do some more of these kind of lives talking about mental health and different things and weight loss and those kind of things. I know Gina's talked about doing a channel. Chevelle's had amazing success. And so we'll definitely do some more. And anybody have any other questions? I was trying to get all the questions as they were popping up. I see the numbers have dropped down. So I imagine Melissa's gone to do her live. I don't think anybody's got questions. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming on and sharing your stories and your pictures. And I look forward to more success stories.
Well, thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. I'm sure I will be seeing you in the next few days. Do we have anything scheduled anytime soon?
No,
We do.
I've got things coming up, so I haven't been able to. I think the next 3 weekends I'm busy, so I haven't scheduled anything. And one of those weekends is my birthday.
Yes, you do have a birthday coming up. You do have a birthday coming up. Yours and Katie's is right around the same time.
But mine's the big 5-0 this year.
I have 2 more years to go. Well, a year and a half because my birthday's in December. So. Yeah, but you don't look 50. We don't look 50, so we're good.
Thank you. I don't.
I'm 46, so.
Oh, she's the baby.
2-year stair steps between the 3.
So thank you guys. Thanks to the chat for coming and supporting and helping us along here. And we're going to do more of these, like I said. And next week, super excited for Kurt Army to be here. I love talking with him, and I'll have to show dogs again because that's usually part of the payment. He likes to see dogs. I have to give them treats and, And so thank you guys again. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off and talk to y'all later.
Bye-bye. Thank you.